So this is going to be a quicker video than normal. Um, I was just thinking, so the plans basically from the rumors that are around is that they wanted to make the new series of Dune into a long sort of at least a trilogy, I think. And there's probably enough material in the the first and second books to do this. And I do think that the first film is only going to be the first part of the first book. But beyond that, I think it will become difficult for them to try and actually, continue with the story as per the books, unless they make some sort of changes. The story that happens in Dune in the saga itself is vast and very interesting, but really, really long, and it has some kind of strange stuff. So, just as a little spoiler here, at one point, the main character in Dune, the first book and the second book, kind of is Paul Atreides, um, but and then there's other major characters as well. But anyway, the main sort of focus is him initially, and you know, in the later books, it turns into some of his descendants, and especially one of whom and who ends up sort of um, merging with a one of the sandworms on the Dune planet, and getting all kinds of powers and becoming a millennia long dictator. I think he reigns for several thousand years, ruling over all of humans on every planet. Anyway, wouldn't that look kind of weird? Like if they drew that, I mean, depicted that with graphics or whatever. I mean, I'm sure that it'll look good, but it would be a kind of a strange concept. Um, but I don't know how good people, how well people are going to take that, and it's kind of like making Jabba the Hutt an important and serious and key figure in the story. And I mean, it's not that the guy is like a perfect hero, but it's like him being used as a hero. It would be kind of strange, and I think if they were to continue the story, and then there's all kinds of other stuff that happens as well in the subsequent books, but I don't know how much they'll be able to, or how they could bring it to the screen, really. The other thing is, I mean, it's really, really is producer and director dependent, and I don't know if the current. We'll see how the first one is, but the next books are very, very fantastical, if we can put it that way. And I don't know how well they'll be able to make it into sort of a continuing series regarding, the main plot of the series of stories. But just thinking about that, it could there's so many interesting sort of sub stories and sub plots and subcultures within the Dune universe, and maybe like the way the Star Wars people tried to do like the Han Solo story, and then Rogue One and the Mandalorian. Maybe they'll be able to pick up some of the other subcultures and planets and histories of those various planets in the universe, and use those as kind of like a Dune saga story or something, and then just have heroes from that planet or group or whatever. And then there's also all the stuff in between. So from present day humans to that future point where the first Dune book starts, there's a lot of material they could probably do and make without too much as much of canon as such. So they'll be able to get away with kind of interpreting it a little bit more broadly without annoying diehard fans or whatever, and kind of still staying true to the story. So maybe there is a lot of scope they can do with this, but I think for the main storyline, the first two books would be really good for cinema and for mass consumption, but I don't know how much of that the rest of the story they can actually do. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie. I know there's all kinds of mixed ideas floating around about it. I know most of it's positive, but there's some sort of rumors of stuff. So, but still want to see it and see what they've done with this work, and I hope they can do it in such a way as to pay homage really to this foundational work of science fiction. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this, and I hope you liked what I had to say. If you did, please leave a thumb up, and if you didn't like it, and I did get this from somebody else, press the dislike button twice so that I know for sure that you didn't like it. And otherwise, please also consider subscribing. Thank you so much.